Close your eyes and imagine standing in the heart of the modern Middle East, on a dry, cracked plain under a relentless sun. All around you, there is nothing but sand, scattered ruins, and a silence so deep it feels ancient. Today, this place is quiet, forgotten. But thousands of years ago, it was the beating heart of one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever known. Somewhere beneath your feet lies Babylon, the legendary city of kings and gods. And somewhere here, perhaps beneath the layers of sand and time, once stood a wonder so magnificent that even now it lingers in our collective imagination: the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. But here is the truth. No historian has ever been able to prove exactly where they were, or even if they truly existed as described. Some records speak of towering terraces overflowing with life, while others suggest the gardens were not just a marvel of engineering, but a place of secrets, holding knowledge that has been deliberately lost. Legends whisper of areas never recorded by official scribes, hidden courtyards, mystical pools, and underground chambers where nature and spirituality intertwined. Most modern scholars dismiss these tales as myths, but tonight, we are going to step back in time and see for ourselves. The hot desert wind around you begins to fade. The ruins shimmer as though dissolving before your eyes. Stone by stone, the ancient city rebuilds itself, rising from the dust. Towering walls stretch across the horizon, painted in brilliant blues and adorned with golden lions and dragons. The air fills with the sound of distant drums, voices chanting, merchants calling out their wares. The barren wasteland is gone. You are now standing at the very gates of Babylon, nearly 2,600 years ago. In the distance, beyond bustling streets and towering ziggurats, you glimpse something extraordinary, an impossible vision in this arid land. A lush, green mountain rising in the heart of the city, spilling over with flowers, trees, and vines. The sight is so beautiful, it almost feels unreal. This is the Hanging Gardens, the wonder built, according to ancient writers, by King Nebuchadnezzar II for his beloved queen, Amidus of Media, who longed for the verdant hills of her childhood. As you step closer, the scale becomes overwhelming. Massive stone terraces rise one above the other, forming a stairway of greenery that seems to reach toward the heavens. Each level is connected by carved pathways and lined with towering palm trees, fragrant shrubs, and exotic flowers brought from distant lands. The air is heavy with the perfume of blossoms and the earthy scent of damp soil. Birds with brilliant plumage dart between branches, their songs mingling with the gentle rush of water cascading from hidden aqueducts. You pause to marvel at this engineering miracle. How could such a paradise exist in the midst of a desert? The answer lies in the brilliance of Babylonian innovation. Hidden beneath the terraces are intricate water-lifting mechanisms, great bronze screws and pulleys, tirelessly raising water from the mighty Euphrates River below. The river has been conquered, bent to the will of men, and transformed into the lifeblood of the gardens. With every drop of water, this barren land has been reshaped into a living dream. Climbing higher, you emerge onto the topmost terrace. From here, the entire city unfolds before you like a living map. The outer walls of Babylon stretch as far as the eye can see, wide enough for two chariots to race side by side. In the distance, the grand ziggurat of Etemenanke rises skyward, a stairway for the gods. The river winds like a silver serpent through fields and marketplaces bustling with life. This is not just a city, it is a statement of power, wealth, and divine ambition. The Hanging Gardens are more than a gift to a queen. They are a message to the world. Babylon commands even the desert to bloom. Yet, as you walk among the terraces, there are whispers of something more. You notice a narrow archway, half hidden by flowering vines, leading to a darker, quieter area. The path beyond seems almost secretive, unlike the open grandeur of the main gardens. You remember the rumors you have heard, stories of places where plants were grown not just for beauty, but for mystical and medicinal purposes, places where only priests and scholars were allowed to enter. Most historians would say these are just myths, but here, standing in the heart of this wonder, you begin to wonder what truths might have been buried by time or erased by conquerors. The deeper you go, the more you sense there are mysteries the official records never told us. Mysteries that may hold the key to why the Hanging Gardens were remembered for centuries, even as they faded into dust. And so, with the moonlight shining on the terraces and the faint sound of flowing water in the distance, you take a deep breath and prepare to journey further, beyond the known history of Babylon, into the realms of legend and forgotten knowledge. What you are about to see may change everything you thought you knew about this wonder of the ancient world. You step through the narrow archway, leaving behind the bright terraces filled with laughing nobles and fragrant flowers. The air grows cooler, and the cheerful sounds of the main garden fade into an almost sacred silence. Here, beneath the shadow of massive stone beams and overhanging vines, lies a part of the gardens few have ever seen. In the official records of Babylon, there is no mention of this place, but scattered fragments from obscure texts, tablets found broken and incomplete, or writings from travelers whose words were dismissed as fantasy, tell of hidden courtyards and chambers, places where the purpose of the Hanging Gardens went beyond love or politics. Some believe these were the true heart of the wonder, where knowledge and mystery intertwine. The first chamber you enter is unlike anything above ground. The stone floor is cool beneath your feet, polished smooth by countless years. Rows of unusual plants grow here, not chosen for beauty, but for their strange properties. Leaves glimmer faintly in the dim light, and certain flowers seem to hum softly when touched by a breeze. On the walls are intricate carvings of stars and celestial bodies, combined with symbols of rivers and trees. It is as though the Babylonians saw no separation between the heavens and the earth, between the cosmic and the natural. Some scholars have speculated that this area might have been a healing sanctuary, tended by royal healers and astronomer priests. Here, plants were studied not just for medicine, but for their spiritual energy. Legends claim that certain herbs, when burned, could induce vivid dreams, dreams that offered visions of the future or messages from the gods. Whether this is truth or myth, you cannot say, but the air here feels thick with something ancient and powerful. Moving deeper, you discover a staircase leading downward, spiraling into darkness. Torches flicker along the walls, casting dancing shadows that make it hard to tell what is real. At the base lies a vast underground chamber. The ceiling is supported by massive stone columns, and shafts of light from cleverly hidden openings above illuminate sections of the room like stage spotlights. Along the walls are countless clay tablets, stacked neatly in niches.
Fresh dates,
Each tablet is etched with writings, formulas, diagrams, and strange symbols that seem to describe not just irrigation systems, but experiments in botany and engineering. Some of the symbols are unlike anything you have ever seen, as if they describe concepts far beyond the technology of their time. One cracked tablet depicts a plant with glowing branches, radiating light like fireflies trapped in leaves. An ancient traveler once wrote of plants that glowed faintly at night, guiding visitors through the gardens like living lanterns. Most historians laughed at this, calling it a fairy tale. But here, in this chamber, the idea no longer seems impossible. As you continue exploring, the ground becomes damp and the air grows heavy with the scent of water. You follow a winding passage until you emerge into a breathtaking hidden grotto, the moonlit pool. The pool's surface is perfectly still, so clear it reflects the ceiling like a mirror. Around it stand statues of mythical creatures, winged lions, serpents, and birds with human faces. These are not the decorations of a royal garden. They are symbols of the spiritual world, guardians of ancient secrets. Whispers tell of midnight ceremonies held here under the light of the full moon. Priests and priestesses would gather, their chants rising in harmony with the sound of flowing water. It was said that when the moon reached its highest point, visions of the future could be seen on the pool's surface. Rulers came here to seek guidance before making decisions that would shape empires. Some even claimed to have glimpsed distant lands and events yet to come, as if the water itself was a window through time. As you stare into the pool, for just a moment you think you see movement beneath the surface, shadows of people long gone, and perhaps even a flash of the lush gardens as they once were. Then, just as quickly, the vision vanishes, leaving only still water. Returning to the surface, you begin to see the hanging gardens in a new light. Perhaps they were never meant to be just a monument to love or power. Perhaps they were a living library, a place where nature, science, and spirituality converged. The terraces above were for the world to see, a statement of Babylon's glory, while the hidden chambers below held the true purpose, knowledge too dangerous or too sacred to be shared openly. As you step back into the moonlit terraces, the night wind carries with it the faintest echo of voices, like a memory lingering in the air. You realize that even though the physical gardens may have crumbled and vanished, their legacy has not. The myths, the symbols, and the unanswered questions continue to live in the stories we tell. And perhaps, buried beneath the sands of Iraq, there are still secrets waiting to be uncovered. Fragments of clay tablets, hidden passages, or even the faint glow of a forgotten plant that once lit the paths of Babylon's greatest wonder. The vision begins to fade. The lush greenery melts away into dry, cracked earth. The sound of water becomes the rustle of desert wind. When you open your eyes, you are standing once again among ruins, surrounded by silence. But you are not the same. You have walked through a legend, seen what was and what might have been, and glimpsed a world where the line between history and myth is forever blurred. As you turn to leave, one thought remains.
May the stars guide
the hanging
our path,
gardens of Babylon are gone,
and the rivers
but their
nourish
mystery
our
endures.
souls.
And maybe,
Onwards
just
to the
maybe,
heart of
they are still
Babylon.
waiting for someone brave enough to uncover their final truth.